Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the new meeting for Bahasa Inggris 2. Today we have a new topic which is recount text. But before we start our class, let's pray or at least baca bismillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we will learn about 3 things with 1 assignments. Okay, so the first thing that we learn today is Hadjar Dewantoro. It's a text, and then some new vocabularies for you, and the last one a bit about grammar focus. In this is past tense, subject verb agreement. Now let's start with part 1. Hadjar Dewantoro. Please listen while you're reading the text, so you can repeat for better understanding. Jadi saya sudah memberikan rekaman saya membaca teks Ki Hadjar Dewantoro. Kalian bisa mendengarkan rekaman tersebut sambil membaca teksnya. If you need more listening for more understanding, kalau misalnya kalian butuh mendengarkan lebih supaya kalian lebih paham, lebih tidak kesulitan, ada 2 cara. Yang pertama, kalian bisa slowing down the playback. Ada di YouTube, I don't know, atas bawah, saya lupa. Jadi kalian bisa melambatkan playbacknya atau kalian bisa ulang. Insya Allah saya taruh di timestamp di bawah. Ki Hadjar Dewantoro, the Indonesian educator. Ki Hadjar Dewantoro, also spelled Dewantara, original name Raden Mas Lord Suwardi Suryaningrat, born May 2nd, 1889, Yogyakarta, Java, Dutch East Indies, now Indonesia. Died April 26th, 1959, Yogyakarta. Founder of the Taman Siswa, literally gardens of students. School system, an influentially and widespread network of schools that not only encouraged modernization but also promoted indigenous Indonesian culture. Dewantoro was born into a noble family of Yogyakarta and attended a Dutch-sponsored medical school but failed to complete the course. Active in the nationalist cause, he belonged to a faction favoring direct actions and the use of Western methods to destroy the power of the Dutch. He was also a member of the Bandung chapter of Sarekat Islam, Islamic Association, and a founder of the Socialist Indische Partij, Indies Party. An article he wrote during this period, If I Were a Nederlander, published in the Indies Party's The Express, led to his exile to the Netherlands between 1913 and 1918. In the Netherlands, he became converted to the idea of using Indonesian cultural traditions to cope with the problems posed by the Dutch colonial rule. He felt that the education was the best means to strengthen Indonesians, and he was deeply influenced by the progressive theories of the Italian educational reformer Maria Montessori and by the Indian poet and philosopher Rabindranath Tagore. The first Taman Siswa schools were established in Java in July 1922. Instruction, carried on informally, emphasized traditional skills and values of Japanese life, particularly music and dance. Western subjects were taught too, in order to help students cope with the demands of modern life. Overcoming initial official hostility, the Taman Siswa schools had spread throughout the archipelago and were by late 1930s subsidized by the Dutch colonial government. Based on traditional Japanese concept, the Taman Siswa School appeals primarily to those segments of Indonesian society termed abangan, in which the Islamic faith is less deeply entrenched. Dewantoro continued his leadership of Taman Siswa after the war, and upon his death was acclaimed a national hero. There are 4 parts in the Recount text: orientations, events, and reorientations. As you can see di situ bahwa events terdiri dari lebih dari satu. So you can put events into 4, 5 paragraphs. It's totally up to you. And events is the part where you make it longer. Jadi kalau misalnya kalian mau bikin recount text, yang kalian panjangkan itu eventsnya, oke? Bukan orientationsnya, orientationsnya. Nah, apa sih orientations itu? Orientation tells you the setting. Jadi, siapa pelakunya, apa yang diceritakan, kapan kejadiannya, berapa lama kejadiannya, for example. That's the settings. Reorientations, there are 2 ways. Some is not there, jadi tidak tertulis di situ. Some other, they are written over there as a sum up or summary. Biasanya seperti itu.
Now, let's start vocabularies. Please repeat after me.
Influential, influential. Encourage, encourage. Belonged, belonged. Exile, exile. Progressive, progressive. Establish, establish. Hostility, hostility. Acclaim, acclaim. Entrench, entrench. Feel free to repeat the recording so you can practice more the vocabularies. Then you can try to find the meaning of the vocabularies in the dictionary.